What skills do you think the volunteers gain from this experience?
I was thinking about that before you came, and I don't know what they gain. I know what I hope that they gain. And some of the past volunteers have told me, that they got this out of it. I would like our volunteers, and a lot of them walk in not having ever worked with kids in this population, to start to recognize that they're still kids. They're just kids, and they're awesome, and they each have their own little amazing personality. And some of them are so unbelievably tough that you just have to admire them. And it's a 7-year-old, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this 7-year-old is just awing me, that they can go through things they've gone through and still be smiling and laughing and having a great time and not feeling sorry for themselves. So many times other PTs that don't do pediatrics will say to me, oh, I couldn't do pediatrics, it would make me too sad, I'd feel so bad for them. And I think you walk away from this camp not feeling bad for any of them. Like, you don't. They're happy, and they're totally who they are, and they're taking their moment and enjoying it, and they're all doing what they can do, and sometimes they behave badly like a regular kid would, and you want to just go, oh my god, kill this kid. And some of them are really sweet, and you just get to know them all. And so I think if you later on in your life at any point see a kid in a wheelchair, you won't be like, oh, that poor kid in a wheelchair. You'd be like, oh, hey, what's your story? And not feel awkward or feel sorry for them, because I think it takes away your need or whatever it is that make you feel sorry for these kids. You realize you don't have to feel sorry for them. They're just awesome kids.
They really are. Do you think more physical therapy centers should put on a camp similar to this one? And if they already do, or how are they similar?
Well, I don't know that there's any other. CCS, the organization I work for, we're kind of a unique thing. I don't think there's anything that's quite as. We serve about 400 kids, CCS does, so we have a big pool to draw from, and we're able to, like I said, handpick the kids that we invite to do this camp, as opposed to something like Challenger Camp, which I don't know if that's might be put on by United Way or something, but families just sign up their kids and they're using more volunteers, and it's, so again, you have this huge range of kids who are, nearly catatonic, I don't know, it's just a different thing. I would like to see, and I love the Rising Stars program that the indoor soccer place puts on. I have a lot of kids in our program that love that and participate, and they're matched up 1-to-1 with a buddy, and they get to use their walkers or whatever they need, wheelchairs, and get a chance to play soccer. So I think that's a similar program that's awesome. I would love to see somebody do a basketball one, even if it was just a 2-week camp, because a lot of our kids express interest in basketball, and we don't have any gym space. We just can't do that. So it would be great if somewhere else did, but I don't think it could be a PT center. There aren't really any other big pediatric. We're kind of it.
You're special.
Yeah, we are. We're special.
What advice would you give to high school students who would like to help the community, and how important do you think it is for kids my age to volunteer?
Oh, I think it's really important. I think it's really important for high school age kids to volunteer and expose themselves to chances to serve the community. I think that chance to give back teaches you a lot about what's out there, and how you can see yourself as being a part of a community when you grow up, and that you can see that it is important for everyone to, I guess, to take a part in their community, to take place, like that we're all interconnected. And I think if you don't feel that sense of interconnectedness, you probably grew up in a very selfish place. So I would say all high school students should step out of their comfort zone and try and do something, like, don't just volunteer something that you feel comfortable doing, but try and volunteer somewhere where you don't feel comfortable and see what you learn about yourself. I think almost every volunteer we've had has stepped in the first day, and I could tell by the look on their face they felt totally uncomfortable. And by the end of it, they have learned all this stuff, and they look really comfortable and really happy out there. So if you didn't step out of your comfort zone, you'd never know that about yourself.
All right. Last question.
Yay.
How are people able to find out about this camp, and what could I do to help recruit more volunteers?
Well, the only way people have found out about this camp has been word of mouth. So definitely, if you knew, juniors this year that are still looking for one that you think would be responsible and, be a good fit for our program, just send them our way and tell them to call us. All the volunteers we had this year, it was pretty much word of mouth. I think we did Sonoma State they have a kinesiology program, and I think they somehow know about us and will get phone calls, unsolicited phone calls
Oh,
from their
okay.
students, which were a couple of them this year.
Mhm.
But honestly, what's been funny about that is they've been part of it. Like, we let them know from the first year, and their volunteers have tended to be the worst, like, about showing up.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's because it's summertime and they're going home, or they just thought they could do it and they really didn't have time. We've had much better participation from the high school volunteers, so that's where I tend to always continue to want to look, because I think they do a better job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Don't know
Thank
how
you.
else they find out about us. We're not really out there anywhere else.
Cool.
Cute. All right.